let's look at the Punjab team. If there is a team that is mercurial and just happens to be mercurial every year, it is this Punjab team. Let's have a look at what they have. They don't have, they're two expensive purchases. If you remember, there was Richardson, there was Riley Meredith. Both of them are not there now. Who do they have as
Nathan Ellis?
So, yes.
So Nathan Ellis has come in.
Ellis, who's come in, and Makram has come in. Aiden Makram has come in. And Makram actually has done Harsha did very well as a bowler in the 3 T20s in South Africa, in Sri Lanka right now.
At this time in Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, on the tracks they were playing in, you and me would have bowled off spin and done all right. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Makram. I've seen him bowl. He's a proper bowler, but
Makram is no Akram. Sorry.
Yeah. You should have said sorry before the line. Joy said sorry before the line.
But it is like how some meals must come with an ambulance, some jokes must come with an apology before, right? It's just to come before. But yes, it's a good point, Harsha, you make about Makram, because everyone was bowling Fortune.
Beyond Fortune. Good cricketer. Beyond Fortune.
That is.
So South Africa bowling 13, 14 overs and Kagiso Rabada is bowling 2. Those are the overs that are going for runs.
Correct.
But at least in Sri Lanka they're playing 130 games. In Bangladesh you couldn't get to 110. Anyway, that's a separate story. Fizz was bowling 4 overs, 4 for 12 or something.
I think the one talking point always for Punjab is, are you playing Rahul and Mayank as openers and KL at 3? Will they continue with that, or will they'll keep that, right? The Jay and Viru are going to open together, aren't they? Best pals.
I think they will. And I think Gale is at this stage is just turning around and saying that, give me a 3. He'd like to play. I think Gale really knows that, now the odometer is going a bit high. The clock is ticking. He wants to make this a big IPL, but I don't think he'll disturb the openers. The problem with, Punjab has always been, whenever they've solved one problem, the place, the tap has leaked in another place. They solve one problem, suddenly their fast bowling becomes a problem. They solve that, somewhere else it leaks. Then by the time they solve their spinners, the fast bowlers are giving away runs again. They never seem to have completed their solution. And, these are days, in the early days, you'd look at Rajasthan and Punjab and said, they're smaller franchises, they can't spend that much money. That excuse has gone away. There is no reason for every side not to be an excellent top level side. Nobody's saving money right now. They don't need to. The tournament is a profitable tournament. So I find Punjab, their problems a bit bemusing. They just can't seem to get all of it together ever.
They're spending the money. They spent big money on Meredith and Jai Richardson. That was some big money that they spent there, sir.
The Australian pension. But sorry, while I was in Joy, I was Googling the meaning of odometer, an instrument used for measuring the distance travelled by a wheeled vehicle. Odometer. Okay, nothing to do with smells. But an odometer.
He meant, correct. Yeah, he meant the miles. He meant the miles.
Gadi ka mileage. I said mileage. Gadi ka mileage.
The mileage, yeah.
But you said odometer with Gale, and I thought, hang on, you don't want to be running into him. But okay, odometer. But Mayank Agarwal was fantastic. Every year, the top 3 are good for them. Though Gale at number 3 is not quite Gale as an opener. And even now in the CPL, when he was blowing hot and cold, he was getting the runs as opener more than he was getting at 3. But if they go those 3, then what next? And that has been Punjab's problem. Also, because 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are not giving runs, we are seeing a different KL Rahul. Which is the KL Rahul you want to see? The Rahul of 2018, boom, boom, boom. But because they can't trust the batting to follow, and because their fast bowlers were leaking runs, he had to play a different role. He shouldn't be playing that role. He's far too good a player to be playing 60 or 48 or whatever. That's not KL Rahul. But he's having to play that role. By the way, Mayank Agarwal had a fantastic tournament last year as well. So he hasn't played for a while. But Punjab have that issue. It'll surprise me if they make a huge comeback.
Let's have a look at their squad once again, because we want to see, who would their 4 foreigners be. You obviously are playing Nicholas Puran there as well. You have a Moses Henriques, who went to West Indies right now with the team. There's a Fabian Allen. There is Chris Jordan, very good at T20 cricket. Adil Rashid, who's been drafted. about time that Adil Rashid, got an IPL gig. That's what Michael Vaughan had to say when Adil Rashid was picked up, and deservedly so. And then, of course, there's Nathan Ellis. So who are the four that you're playing there, Harsha?
You're playing Chris Gayle and Nicholas Pooran because you're hoping that second installment of IPL will see the CPL Nicholas Pooran and not the IPL Nicholas Pooran, because they're two different entities. So you're playing Pooran definitely. Now you need someone to bowl at the end because you've got Shami. So maybe they'll play Jordan.
Yeah.
Given that those two have gone, unless they want to look at Nathan Ellis. Fabian Allen again. The Fabian Allen who plays for the West Indies delivers a couple of overs, but is a fearsome finisher down at 7. I mean, if you play Adil Rashid, you've got Murugan Ashwin, you've got Ravi Bishnoi. So they went and picked another leggy. But the one Indian player they will play is who gave us one of the moments of the first installment, and that was Harpreet Brar. Remember Harpreet Brar? Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, Glenn Maxwell in that one spell. But you're looking at this side and saying, okay, if they've got to make a comeback in the tournament, who's going to do it for them apart from the top 3 batsmen? And really, to be honest, you're searching.